Successful Indie Author 5-Minute Focus, episode 150, Series Branding. When you start with writing a series, you want to make sure that all your covers are fairly consistent and present to the reader that, yes, this is a series, here's that, so they can look immediately and say, oh, there's a new one in the series, oh, this is a series. So you want covers with consistent typography and kind of a consistent theme on the cover so readers can instantly know. Using the same color palette is important. On my Nightwalker series, it's a post-apocalyptic. It's the orange and reddish tinted series, and you can see throughout, even though the image is different in each one, and there's some that are high contrast, black and white, and other ones that are pseudo color in how they come across, but you can still tell because it's the exact same title. And I don't have it's Nightwalker 1, 2, 3, 4. I didn't use names. I didn't use names for those books. So it's really easy. It's all Nightwalker. You see a different picture than me, and it'll say book 1, 2, 3, 4. So a different way to look. Sometimes you can include a logo. And some of the books I've worked on with Michael Anderle, we have Age of Expansion, and that's a logo that goes on the top. Regardless of everything else on the cover, it's got that logo and then that setup that says, this is a series in this thing. We got that. Dragonlance uses that, and there's a number of other series out there in Legacy World that use that, and it makes sense because it tells the reader that this is part of this universe, and here's the series, and then it lays that out, and also it makes it really easy on your cover artist. They do the artwork. They just plug the new stuff into the typography, throw that layer on, declare victory, and move on. So now, what's important about the series name? Whereas titles of a book cannot be copyrighted or trademarked. Characters can be trademarked, so Harry Potter's trademarked. But usually a cover name like Destroyer, okay, very common. That you can't trademark that. You can't. I know there is a trademark on kind of that, but don't ignore that. So. But you can't do the series, copy the book name, but the series name can be trademarked. So that's, you have to do a search really before you come up with your series and find whether it's trademarked or not. The series name. So I did an extensive search on my Judge, Jury, and Executioner series. Judge, Jury, and Executioner was first used in like the 1800s. So it's no longer covered. Nobody trademarked it. So there it is. And I use that as an example. Because then how do you call it? Judge, Jury, and Executioner is pretty cumbersome to when you're just throwing out, hey, this is a cool series, you should read it. So I referred to it as Executioner. However, there's already an Executioner series. That's a different one that's kind of modern thriller-ish. And it's not really what I was going for because this is a space opera. So Executioner is kind of harsh. So I'm calling it the Rivka series, or maybe adjusting to JJE. The cool acronym for Judge, Jury, and Executioner. Hey, the JJE series. So I need to change that, but I didn't right away. So I've been calling it the Executioner series all along, and I think I've been holding myself back, even though it's by far and away my best-selling series. So it could be better. Also, I have my Ian Bragg thrillers, and Ian Bragg, cool name. I did a lot of research before I went with the series title on that one, looking for what are all the main thriller series names, what are the thriller characters, and it was 1 and 2 syllables. So John Milton, Jack Reacher, Mitch Rapp, Jack Ryan, all these kinds of names. So I went with Ian Bragg, and very selfishly, Ian, it's 3 letters. It's really easy to type because I figured I was going to type it a lot. So that's why I went with that. And then I call it consistently Ian Bragg. There it is. And I can refer to it really straightforward. The covers are very, very similar. I had them done by Stuart Batch. Other covers, when you get a series, you're locking in your cover designer for the whole series. And if you redo them, you have to redo them with the same all the way through. Jumping cover designers midway, or using ready-mades. That's a challenge because then you have to get for the whole series, and then you might have to get some custom work done later. And if you're producing like 1 book a year over time, good cover artists, they'll start charging more. Just understand that you're going to have to pay more if you want the same covers and the same theme, because every artist does it a little bit different. And if you try to swap, it's going to look different, and you want that similarity so the readers know. And then one thing you need to determine is publication schedule. I've got book 1 in a series that I published 5 years ago, and there's no book 2. You don't want to do that. You want a series needs to have, hey, here's when book 2 is coming out. Here's when book 3. Even if it's a year down the road, that's fine. But just so people know, yes, this is a series. And I think that's holding that book back as well, because all the other ones that I have a series, usually I'll sell, if I sell book 1, then I'll sell book 2 and 3 right away. And so you get that nice package of sales. So publications know when the books are coming out, at least the first 3, so people can look at that and know that they're going to buy a series, that you're going to continue writing the series. Don't hold yourself back. All right, that's it. Be consistent with your covers. Be consistent with how you refer to it. Have a legally defensible series name, one that's not already trademarked by somebody else, and publish away. All right, everybody. Peace, fellow humans.